Hello there, great person, and welcome back to Let's Watch Some Evangelion. Today we're at episode 10, Magma Divers. Let's see where we go today. Also, something I did want to point out is that in my puberty hypothesis, it also makes sense why it's called Neon Genesis Evangelion, because you can interpret puberty as a rebirth of the body and the soul. So it also would make sense. I know you probably are very tired of hearing me talk about that theme, but I'll just love it. And also, it would make sense, by the way, that his father is so strict and distant and stuff, because it's like this archetype of the more male, strict father that we might know from more traditional or conservative, in extremes, households, you know. So it would also fit that that's something he contends with. So, and the mother is not there because the mother is, on average, in puberty, not the person people look out for when they develop further. So it all fits a bit together as well, but that's all for that. About that, let's just go and enjoy the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and here we go.
Doch ich frag mich, wer wir sind.
So, let's see. Oh god, that was a lot. Let's see if magma diving is something we do today, because it's promised. Really? Swimsuit check section. Of course we go there. You know, I really do. I already started. I really do think it's really fascinating that Asuka is her problem with her body, so to speak, is not the same as with Shinji's, because in puberty, bodies do obviously develop, and for girls there is this start of, I would say, being seen as something more than a child in some places, obviously, unfortunately, for young children. So she probably has to contend with that a lot, and here it is like she can present her new, let's say, you know, this is so weird, like her new developed features. She could present them here and people would laud her for that, which is a bit in her famous character type that she is. But I do think that's also something that young girls do have to contend with. Like, it's weird. It's really weird. It's also like this disconnect from your body. Shinji does have it as well, as I think everyone has in puberty, but you know what I mean? It's like very interesting that they take this angle with her. And again, she's with Kaji here, the older dude, which is also very, it's not tropey, it is almost archetypical as well. And it's very interesting. I can't wait where her arc will go, because my prediction would be that her relationship with her body might be something that she might have a rough awakening about it, perhaps, if it goes very dark, or she might accept other qualities of her life more other than her body, or both. I think that's what I would go for her if I would adhere to the theme of the show. So, anyway. Yeah, see, it's, I mean, it's exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly that. And he's even like, yeah, you sure? You know? Oh, school trip, really? Ooh, fun fact, Okinawa was, as far as I know, where karate originated. Was a movement of peasants against the invading samurai, as far as I understand. And karate means empty hand. So because they were prohibited to have weapons, they started to fight with their hands. At least that's what my karate teacher told me. And yeah. Scuba diving, brilliant. Yeah, where did you go? Why did you not have one? Because the world was ending? Second impact, yeah. That was a very abrupt. Oh, the penguin's back. Hello, penguin. Yeah, why not? That's unfortunate. Does Shinji care though? Yeah, I don't know. Be a man. Yeah, he's trying to do that. It's so interesting on that level, man. It's so interesting, the relationship. I still don't know why this penguin's on my screen, but it's so interesting that it's exactly what she's accusing him of, you not being grown up yet. And not being like this more primal man, perhaps even. I don't know if that makes sense, you know, it's very fascinating. Can't you take the Eva to the trip? I know they can't, but... Where they are? Yeah, that's a good question. Where do they come from? Where do the angels come from? That's a good question. Really weird. It's unfortunate. This as well, it is like, it's also very anti-traditional here as well a bit. Because I do think I've vented my anger on these grading systems as an educational psychologist a lot in other reactions, so I won't go there here. But the system is pretty flawed if you just do multiple choice. And I've talked about that. Like, multiple choice is not the best way to test anything. It's just the most time economic way to test stuff, but it's not very valid and reliable. So it's a very bad method of testing. And I do think in Japan they do have these multiple choice quizzes and stuff. So I do think they are not that good. Like, they are okay for what they're supposed to do in certain margins, but you know, it's a tough discussions though, tough discussion though. But yeah, I love that she also doesn't care about the tests. Like, what should she care for the future? Like, she has it all, you know. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. That's so funny. Didn't Rome burn down? I mean, oh, that's so mean. Yeah, I don't think that he's really sad about it. From Balthazar to Melchior. Something interesting as well I noticed, and I know it was in the chat when episode 1 dropped on the channel, and I also did not comment on it, though I should have. They had this Marduk thing, which is, I do think Marduk is the god of humanity, the first human in the Babylonian creation myth. I do think Marduk is the Marduk, I think it's called, is the deity of men, like in human, the first human to fight Tiamat, the great goddess of destruction or something. And now we had Melchior, I think, and what was the other one? Balthazar and Melchior are obviously, I mean, you know what that is, probably the three wise men that went for Jesus Christ. So the people who traveled very far to get enlightenment from their God. And I do think Jesus Christ is, so to speak, a symbol. And you can argue if he, like what he exactly was. But in the text, he is a symbol for enlightenment and for a piece of God, for something you can strive towards and how you should act as a man, perhaps. He's one role model of a man. He's not the only role model, obviously, of a man that we have in culture, but I would say he's a very strong man, mentally. And Balthazar, Melchior, and Caspar obviously are the people who went towards him, who went after the star in the sky, guiding them in their search for truth and for a part of God, so to speak, which is so interesting. So these are not angels, but they're people who were guided by angels as well as no, they weren't. They were only guided by the star. But the angels did guide in this. Yeah, no, I do think the three wise men also. I'm unsure if in one Evangelion the wise men were guided by an angel. Like not guided while on journey. That was the star of Bethlehem, obviously, but the if they got the idea of looking for that star from an angel. So that's very interesting. So in a way, the angels in that story were also messengers of towards God, and with Jesus being a part of God on earth, so to speak, paraphrasing. And don't shoot me, Christians, if I don't get this correct, but that's how I always understood it when I thought more about it and had grown up a bit. So, and they're all not giving a frick. I mean, it's good to have a school trip. Yeah, it's like. Also, oh god, I'm good. So also an interesting thing is that in puberty, I do think you start to realize as well, and please don't drink a shot every time I say in puberty, but you start to realize that the world is more than just fun and games and rules that people impose on you. Because if you're a child, you play around, there are confined spaces, perhaps you go out of them, and perhaps you play in the forest or something, but there's always this play, there's fun, life is fun, there's no future. Most children, I would argue, don't think about the future a lot. It's even hard to do studies with them sometimes because they cannot think of the future when they are very young. I think there are some Piagetian tasks they did where you were asked, like, do you want a chocolate egg now or 10 later? And they want it now. You know, it's this focus on the present that's without a future insight, so to speak. So in that way, I would say this fun and holiday. For adults, I would say holiday for me is just relax, calm down, collect your thoughts, just get away from all the stress of adulthood for a while, like recreate childhood perhaps in a way. And that's a bit reaching, but you know what I mean, I think. So I really do like that the others go on the school trip because they're not yet growing up, perhaps even. Like they are in this puberty phase starting, but they're not there yet. Like they're not grappling with their own bodies and fears of the future and all these things imposed on them. And fighting them perhaps and thinking about what to do. So really interesting. I didn't realize that the school trip might symbolize that. And obviously I again interpret a lot, but I do think that's a reasonable thing. And there's Rei. Rei is probably quite content with not going to the school trip because she does what she's told a bit, like the yes man. Science class. Yeah, that's also something that's really hard to do. Okay, obviously we do have this. But something is funny, he already beat the mathematical angel, so now he's studying science. It is probably nothing, but... I mean, diving in a pool is not that exciting. See, it's again that thing. So you already fought... Also really cool. She already fought, like she didn't fight the mathematical angel. It was already beaten for her. She can do maths. I know, it's so reaching. Oh, interesting. Communication problems. Yeah, that is something you have. So she's pretty clever. She just doesn't want to show it necessarily, or is like too lazy to. It's thermal expansion. That is true. Or if there's less pressure. Except for water. Water does have an anomaly at minus 4 degrees Celsius. So I really like thermodynamics, though it's really hard. It's something between statistics and mechanics. It's like most of thermodynamics is just statistical guessing, and I do use that word guessing a bit too lightly, probably. Like it's good guessing, very good guessing, based on probabilistic theory, obviously. But I mean, perhaps not obviously, but for me. So I like thermodynamics because thermodynamics, by the way, in physics is a part where you really, if you dig into it and try to understand it, you really understand what science does. because it's a lot of approximations. For example, by the way, I don't know if you had this in school, but there's this equation for ideal gases. P times V, so pressure times volume equals nRT, like some Boltzmann constants, mole and stuff, and temperature. And that is a really, really easy approximation for stuff like the particles are not spherical but dots. That's an approximation. You have infinite volume. That's an approximation, like no walls. You have that it's just monomolecular entities, so no dual molecular entities, like with like H2, for example, is two molecules. That wouldn't be described by it. And then but it's pretty easy to solve, pretty easy. Like it's not trivial, but it's easier than the stuff I'm going to talk about now. So you can modify that to get away with the approximations I just said. So you could, for example, say, but what if the gas is not, for example, a sphere? Or what if it's not one molecule but two? And then you can do stuff like use a van der Waals approximation, and to correct for that error. So you learn a lot of science with thermodynamics. And I do think it's very fascinating. You can really, really dig into it. I know that was a really random tangent. I just love it. So don't know if there are physicists watching this. Oh, of course, she thinks that. I mean, potentially, yes, it does. She was almost said that he doesn't understand that yet. Also funny that she made a science joke with the emotional, let's say, puberty ideas, which is interesting that she had to weave it in there, because that's how she thinks. Her categories are these puberty categories. Even if she thinks about science, that's the example you jump back to, because obviously you take, I'm sorry that I say obviously today so much. You take the examples that are reasonable and close to you when you do this. Like if you think of an example, let's say, think of something you can use as a hammer, you will probably think of something that is close by, or something you use often, or something, it's something you're used to, and your mode of thinking is used to. So she uses that here. And this is how you interpret every single line of Evangelion, probably, weirdly. Love that she's so distant here, because she's distant to him. Oh, and Ray's gotten out of the water. What does Ray think about all of this, though? Scuba diving! How deep is that pool? Normally they're like 5 meters maximum. Oh god, why is there a volcano? Is this an angel? Probably it's an angel. Yeah, it's probably seismic data or something. So is there an angel? Karma deck. Oh, they're drilling into it. Wow, that must be really resistant to pressure. Yeah, it cracked. Yeah. Because that's the thing. You probably know this, but the deeper you go, the more the surface and the weight of the earth, it presses down onto you from above. So yeah. What are they gonna find here? Oh god, that's so weird. I mean, it is an angel. I already saw that, and we have to fight an angel. Obviously, I think so. What's the angel about, though? Yeah, it fucks up. It gets fucked to shits. Obviously, it is. Bye-bye. No. Pattern blue. What does that mean? Ooh, it's an embryo. Why is it an embryo, angel? What does that stand for? Everything's burning around it. Is it safe there? Beep! And it's gone. Too sad. So sad. Is the angel not yet hatched? Is that where angels hatch, on places where they're protected? Really? What exactly happened there? Yeah, so they appear. So where do they appear? I know they're gonna tell me, and you're gonna shout at me for pausing already. But I do think. I mean, fears are born outside of like at the edge of consciousness. Like they are born in the subconscious, and some are not born, some are inherited, some are already there, but they are there at the edge of your mind. And if this is really a symbolism for growing up and these perspectives of these children, it would be on places they think are rim places, space, trenches, magma chambers, perhaps deep in Antarctica, something like that. That's where they would appear, I think. Yeah. Interesting. By the way, in my new book, which is I will very soon have the first chapters as alpha versions on the Patreon for free, so you don't have to pay anything. And just putting it out there. There it is the same a bit with the monsters there, but because there are also psychological monsters coming out, but a bit more, a bit less meta level. Let's say it like that. But I really like that idea. So angels are born, like our fears are born in the dark, in the unknown, perhaps even. Also, something I thought about, I don't know if this is the right point, and I don't think I've talked about this as well. The angel symbolism is so interesting with the fair. Because what you fear a bit in puberty, I'm just talking. What you fear in puberty is probably one of the things is the society. Society, its rules, its structure, your place in it. And angels are a symbolism for society, because angels are a symbolism for God, and God is a symbol for the rule, the state of that. So that makes a lot of sense why angels are scary. You know, normally angels are like people of like bring order into the demon-infested chaos lands, something like that. But here it's the opposite. This order is something scary as well, and it's alien and foreign. You don't understand it yet. You don't understand society yet. Yeah, that is true. But what do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with a freaking angel? Yeah, it would be. I guess it would in a way, because you would lose your cultural norm, so to speak. I don't think humanity as in, like, I know in this, it's literally humanity in the anime, but I would say it's like, if you don't content with the angels and they fester and grow, you will be run over by a dictatorship or an authoritarian structure, a control state. You will freaking die, or you will be cast into a prison or something. Like, you will not be there anymore, and the human part of humanity will not be there anymore. That's what I at least think about currently. And it's being born. So pupal stage. So chrysalis is also like puberty. I'm so sorry, man. Oh God, I hope this is not grating that I talk about that all the time. I haven't read comments about it yet, so I don't know. Yes, she's gonna dive. Will she make that though? She's not the main character, I think so. Interesting, yeah. So, sorry. Rey having a prototype as well. It's basically, she's probably the first of them who went into this alien stage. And that's why she's testing out the waters of this adulthood and stuff, I think, and she's holding on to the values she was taught. That's what I get from her. It's interesting that Asuka likes to dive. Like she likes to play with danger. She likes the depth of the water, the heart of the volcano, the depth of space. Like she would love that. She wants to see new stuff, which is also something you get to do when you develop further. Like your exploratory circuits, I think, are rewiring and stuff. So you might see the world as this open new place you can explore, which is really interesting. Yeah, that's weird. Why? Okay, what's it doing? That's what I said about your body doesn't. Yeah.
専用の D 型装備よ。
So it's probably gel to divert the pressure into different points, which is cool. But I love that her body now is something like that she definitely doesn't like, I think, because it's against her ideas. Will she be able to fight in this body that she probably doesn't like? And see how sad she is? See? Exactly, that's not what she wants. Yeah, what's she doing now? Yeah, she doesn't want to be seen by him. That's so awesome. See, man, this is so good. Oh god, this show is so fucking good. I love it. Man, the meta context is so good. Ooh. I love that. She's jealous as well. Like, she's jealous of the potential, like, her getting a body that suits her. She's jealous at that. I mean, I love how it fits into the storyline as well. Man, it's so awesome. It's so awesome, man. Yeah, okay, so she does it. She does it because of jealousy. I don't know if that's it's Magma Diver, brilliant. It is because of jealousy, but at least it drives her forward, which is cool. That must be so fucking scary to dive into a volcano, though. Is it a super volcano or a normal one? Interesting. So she can't impress him. I love it. Yeah. It's so awesome, man. I love this show. It's so well written. Interesting. What are they discussing here? There's some weird shady stuff with Kaiji and his father. Man, the sound suddenly turns so eerie. Yeah, interesting. Of course it was Commander Ikari. Yeah. Love it. Man, his father's the symbol for the judgmental society. At least you can read it as that. It is so awesome, man. Because society doesn't care if you die, someone else will step up. I love it. It's so interesting. It looks so cute, though. Ifadi. Didn't you want to look hot? I love it. Oh my god, man. Love it, man. It's just so funny. I love that this show is both so funny and so horrifyingly disturbing. 120 meters, probably. What if the angel hatched during your descent?
550.
How is the communication going, though? How can they communicate with her? It's so deep. How deep is the angel, though?
震度1300目標予測地点です
So, about a kilometer deep. There it is. No, oh god, it already hatched, I think.
作戦続行再度進行よろしく
Oh my god, they are putting her down deeper, man. This is so scary. Imagine that you're alone, lost in absolute horrid warmth.
第二循環パイプに亀裂発生
Holy shit, man. The pressure she must feel in the situation.
ないわ続けて
I mean, that's not... I mean, it might also be an illustration of the pressure you feel under when you're like that, and that suits her perfectly, I think, because she does have a lot, like, she feels the pressure of society more, the pressure of failure, of ridicule. That's her thing, I think. That's what she's afraid of. So it's very good that she faces the angel first here. I don't know. Let's see if Shinji faces it. Till now, Shinji has faced every angel. Let's see if they change that up. But it would suit, perhaps, for her to only face it. Or for her to have Shinji's help facing it. And he will teach her something about herself and how she sees herself. That would be awesome. Because right now, this is, I do think, also a symbol of like her hot body and the pressure that society puts on her here. With that.
さっさと終わらせてシャワー浴びたい
Yeah, cool down a bit.
もう少し頑張って
And hot spring is exactly the other thing, relaxing. Wow, that's so bad, man. Oh, the problem of how is she supposed to kill something then? Oh my god, man.
この作戦の責任者は
And she's just like being like, yeah, go. She's her sisterly idea of driving forward still. Even if you think you can't take it anymore, you still can. Someone says you can. Perhaps you can, perhaps you get fucked. Oh god, where is it? Okay, it's just an egg. It hasn't hatched. Okay. Oh, they want to capture it? Oh, I didn't understand that. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Ooh, convection currents. So you know what a convection current is? It's like the heat flow, like that creates currents. The heat temperature difference. Oh god, what's she gonna do? Oh, she called it EM photon. Every photon is EM. That's what it is. It's part of an EM field. I know, it's just cool gibberish. Perhaps they caught her fear in its initial stage and now confide it because it hasn't grown yet. Because she went under this pressure that she faced her fear very early on, so it didn't grow rampant. I know this is so much overinterpreting, but I hope that's why you're here. Oh man. And now she gets up a bit, yeah. Fear is greater than the danger. I mean, that's something. Fear can be so big, like it's literally an organ, like it's not clearly defined which organ, but it's basically an organ in your brain, amygdala and other stuff connected to it. And if you are afraid, it grows, like it never shrinks again in your life. Like every time you fear something, it grows, like towards that fear. So that's really, really bad. So extinguishing a fear in its infancy means not making the fear grow anymore and being braver than the fear is. Oh god, something's gonna happen. Yeah. But this is not it, isn't it? Oh my god. But what was second impact exactly? Yeah, I knew something would be. Yeah. I mean, it's an angel. It's the fair. Why would you be... How would you predict it? Ooh, it's hands. Oh no, it's hands grabbing after her. Ooh, that's so weird. So it was indeed, it was not yet developed, but now it developed. Ooh, that looks awesome. It's like a manta ray again, a weird thing. What are you gonna do now? Ooh, that was very close. Yeah, that's really weird, charging at her. Oh god, man. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Shinji, what are you doing? Oh god, man, no. I love that the voice actress does it like someone's attacking her in a certain way, you know what I mean? That's really fucked. Because it's about her body as well. Oh, that's so fucked, man. It's so really fucking disgusting. And the angel had like this hand towards her. Oh, it looks so weird. Nice. Oh, it's sucking on her. That's so weird. I mean, it's. Oh no. Ooh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? She's just hitting it in the eye. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that will work. Yeah, what can you do? science and thinking will make it work. That's really cool. I really like that. It's just gonna fucking explode. So by using logic to suppress the fear, it kind of works. That's really awesome. Oh, that was awesome. She beat it on her own. Like, yes, Shinji helped her. I'm really glad she did. That was her thing. That's gonna freak up, though. Yeah, what's gonna happen now? Wow, she's pretty calm for dying. Now Shinji will help her. She's gonna sink into the depth of the trauma she just had. Yeah. Really awesome, man. And the friend helped her. It looks sad. The Eva looks really sad. Oh, that's really sweet. Sometimes you need someone to back you up when you're under pressure. That's so awesome. Oh, we are with him. What's he gonna do, though? So yeah, what's Mr. Kaji doing? Why is the penguin here? Why is the penguin there all the time? Why is there a penguin? That's so awesome. I love the penguin. Why does it exist? It's so random. You know, I have parallels and metaphors for everything, but why the fuck's there a penguin? Love it. And now they're in a bath. Now they're a bit more content with their bodies. Or at least she is, I think. Though she doesn't show it to him, so it still works. Yeah, and she's still like, ooh, what the frick are you two doing over there? Love that it was her episode, though. Oh, God, that's so weird. Oh, he looked at his dick again. Why? So he got a hard on. Why? Interesting. Why is the penguin there? The penguin looked at his crotch twice now. Is the penguin a metaphor? God, it's like, this must sound so stupid. Is the penguin a metaphor for his very clumsy nature? Like clumsy part, the what do you say, tame part, like the real tame part of his mind that just doesn't understand stuff and just wants to relax and wants to still be a child. Perhaps the penguin's the symbol for his childness, because it just wants to relax. Penguin just is there when the relaxation happens. Penguin was never there for an angel attack. Penguin has only been there. Yeah, Penguin has only been there now to relax, to have some good times. My God, I'm overinterpreting the shit out of this anime. I don't care. I really don't care. You know, for me, this fits really well. I just do hope that it brings some new thoughts to you. Because, I mean, I make this up as I go here. In making up, I think I try to connect dots I have from stuff I know or think. And I do think this way of interpreting this is really fruitful to me, because I do understand it a bit better, and I enjoy it a lot more than just looking at children hitting angel monsters and robots, you know? Really cool stuff. So they look at the sunset. What are they going to talk about? Oh, she's got a scar there. Why does she have a scar there? Ah, okay. What's the second impact, though? So she's got a scar. Why? What is that? Really? So we do have some background that's really intriguing. To be continued. Another brilliant episode. I really love this show so much. It's really, really well done. I would love to know if the writer the writer did study psychology, or if it's just one of these cases where you just write something that fits, it seems to fit, and it is just in line with what psychology knows. Because I don't think that most stories that are very good are based on psychology. It is just that the people who study psychology and get new information from it, or gather more information from it and teach it, they are accessing the same thing as people who try to emotionally understand humanity as well through stories. Because I do think stories are at the same way a layer to understanding than mathematics and images are, and texts. On varying degrees of abstraction. I do think it's all the same, just different ways of approaching it. More condensed ways, perhaps, approaching it would be mathematics, but you know what I mean? It's so fascinating. Anyway, so let me, tell me in the comments what you thought of this episode. I really loved it. Again, like, this is really awesome, this show. And tell me what you thought about my reaching interpretations. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my content, and I will see you around. Bye.